player just for these SOCOM people. They put in a classic mode, but, you know, most of the time when I played in the beta, man, I wanted to play fucking Respawn.
Really?
You got in more games, and
well, yeah, like,
I mean,
I did too, because, mainly because it was easier to play with people that I wanted to play with, you know what I'm saying? I mean, kind of a pain in the ass to do the classic, especially without, like, a party system where you can join people with or with lobbies. But, you know, that's my biggest, that was my biggest issue in the beta as far as that goes, you know, playing with people. Kind of why I stuck to mostly Respawn. Plus it's a beta, so you want to get as much shit in as you can, experience, gunning time, whatever. It's kind of hard to do that in Classic when you're just learning a new style, SOCOM.
Because I was like going back and playing like FIFA 10. You know, FIFA 11's out. I'm playing like FIFA 10 over SOCOM 4. I mean, I think that says something, dude. I mean, I know that you like. I know you don't like hearing like that I'm like a bit negative about the game, but that really said something, man. Like SOCOM 2 and even confrontation, man. All I played was confrontation. You never saw me on another game. If I was online, I was playing confrontation.
Yeah.
Unless like I had a random someone wanted to play Madden, so I would understand it. Like SOCOM 4 is not like that, dude. I'm going and playing a game that I've had over a year. I'm going choosing not to come on my PlayStation, man, when I have free time. I mean, it's, you know, I think that says something. I mean, it's, you know, this game isn't, it doesn't have, I don't think it's going to have a lot of replay value. I think you're going to love it when it comes out. You know, I think this is the average guy is going to love it when it comes out, especially if you love SOCOM. And I think, you know, 2 months down the road, man, like, we're going to be, like, looking for new members because people aren't going to be playing this shit.
I do feel like that's a possibility, and it makes me really sad. I said I feel like that's a possibility, and it makes me really sad. But I like the game, and I know other people like the game a lot, so I will play with those people.
Yeah, those people, you know, they love it now. Like I said, they love it now. But I've been down with SOCOM since SOCOM 2, you know, logged in a hell of a lot of hours.
Most of us have, or a lot of us have.
And this game is not...
It's no SOCOM 2. I will say it's no SOCOM 2, but...
I mean, but you knew from the beginning, dude, I said that I was going into this and not comparing it to SOCOM 2 or any past SOCOM, but still, you got to hold up the standards of a SOCOM franchise, which would be, it's going to have a lot of team-oriented things going on, and it would be addictive with the gameplay. That's the two main things. I don't give a damn what all these faggot pony forums and shit. That's what the fucking game is about. It's multiplayer, it's teamwork, it's clan, camaraderie, that's all the things that make the damn game, and it's lacking it. Big time. I mean, you know, I can't even go look at another clan to see who's in their clan and shit. I can't even go look at their stats.
Yeah, that bothers me too. That's one thing that does bother me is like you look at a game, if you do want, well, let's bring SOCOM 2 into it for this. You look at SOCOM 2, I mean, how long ago that was? 8 years ago, 9 years ago? That game had so many effing features in it on the PlayStation 2 as far as things you could do like that, looking at stats, looking at other clients, you know, all the SOCOM games have, you know? And then just to leave that small point, you know, that shit out kind of bothers me, I do agree, because, I mean, shit, they've had plenty of time to work on this game. You'd think they'd work out, like, little important details like that are important, because that irritates me, because, I mean, as far as recruiting goes, you don't really, you know, a guy could have a high rank, but that just means he plays the game a lot. You don't really get, you know, to see how well a player actually is off those stats, unless you are able to do something through SOCOM.com when the game comes out, like other games.
So,
which I imagine we'll be able to do, but
you got to do this whole debate thing a little more often.
It turned out really well.
I don't know. It don't seem to me like,
yeah.
They don't throw out the whole like, you never see the game, like, you never see them, like, put a lot of, like, advertisement behind the game, which they never really did at the other ones. I remember SOCOM 2 commercials, and it was pretty funny or whatever, but, past that, man.
No, man.
It's been on SOCOM 2, and everything after that, it's just been kind of lame.
Logan's talking, but I'm being a little talking. I know, so it's worked out. But then, there's a lot of good food in it. I got a stream one right now, and Justin, keeping yourself recording.
Oh, I agree, man.
But, yeah, it's gonna come out really well, actually.
It was just, what?
Sound quality is really good.
Me and Bustin were just talking about that recently, actually, and it's just like, if they sped up SOCOM Confrontation, I'd go back and play it. But like it is, like just as far as player movement speed and shit, it's just way too slow. You know?
What they should have done was they should have never done SOCOM Confrontation. And they should have saved some of the features, like all the customization, all that stuff. They should have saved that and put it in SOCOM 4.
Oh yeah.
Gone away with it, man. Really, that's how I feel. I actually like being able to customize my character, my guns, and weapons. I like being able to do
I like to be able to customize my character too. I like that in like every game that it's ever been in. Honestly, I enjoy that shit. It's fun. I can spend lots of time doing that.
Sports game I play, like even if it's like Madden or FIFA, like I make a character in every one of those games and like play with them in like these seasons and stuff. So it's just something that I just think it's something that I can't believe they overlooked that. Really,
Yeah, no, I agree, man. That's kind of crazy.
They talk about we got so much space or whatever we can work with. Dude, you can put 256 damn people in a box in one match.
Yeah, right.
You could have put customization in SOCOM 4 assholes. We only got 32 damn players on screen. That's
right. No, I agree, man. I agree with that.
And it's not like the graphics are like superior or anything. They're not. They're like a little bit better than Mag. And the game looks like Mag to me too. I try my best to like look past it and say it don't, but it does. It looks like Mag.
Well, it's how they got that whole shit set up with like all the objectives and all that stuff looks dead on Mag. How your names are displayed, all that's dead on Mag, you know?
I'm wondering if did they have like all these I was a bought Mag for the amount of people and how hard it was to get a cube on in Mag a lot of times. I don't think a lot of people really bought that game like they really expected. I don't think it met the expectations that they're saying. Anytime they talk about it on the podcast, they're like, oh, Mag's doing well, but there's always a but, there's always some kind of pause in there. The game wasn't that damn great, so I don't know why you would want to carry a bunch of shit over for Mag. Especially when you said you've been working on SOCOM 4, since Mag has been like, released or whatever. I don't get it. I don't know how they had like audio tracks that was put in the SOCOM 4 was like coming out. Like a long time ago. All these years, man. I just can't believe they didn't make it as like. I was wanting to be wowed by this game. I guess that's why I'm a little let down. I was really hoping this was going to be like...
mind-blowing?
Yeah, like a really... I wanted a new experience. If I could go to another game and play something that's been out for a while, and I could try to get more out of it than this new game, that kind of does something to me.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that maybe, like, once they, like I said, like, I get busted an audio review the other day, and I said on there that, just one thing that, like, I really liked was the accuracy, your first bullet's accuracy.
Yeah.
The other night when I was kicking ass, I think that's what had a lot to do with that. I felt really good about playing the game because, like, my first shots were actually, like, dead on.
Yeah.
So I was taking my weapon and keeping it on 2 shots the whole game.
That's
probably, I've been trying to do that too, like play single shot and all that stuff. Ever since I heard him talk about that in that Zip Line podcast, that all the guns weren't meant to be shot on, you know, fully auto.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's the point of realism. I'm glad it's there. But, you know, there's still things like I say, whenever they get to the camera, I don't see it at all. Like, and Buckton agreed with me on that. He saw pictures of the new camera angle, and it didn't look different to him. And I told him, I was like, it doesn't look different. It's not different.
It's different.
The screen.
It's different on your peripheral, man.
It's not enough you can tell.
It's a little bit though. I mean, it helps. It does help.
Just a little bit put up the way they talked up the formula. And now when I run through a hallway, my whole head blocks the whole damn screen.
For real? I didn't notice that.
Yes, like there's more of that. Your player pushing up against the screen, more of that pocket now since they did that.
Oh, bro.
It makes sense in the pocket, but that's a part of the problem is that when they do that, it changes something else, and they exactly predicted what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Everybody got what they wanted, but then they fucked something else up.
Yeah, like, honestly, the
I
camera...
was perfectly happy with the way it looked like before.
Yeah, me too, man.
All about what it was at.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I agree with that. I didn't have a problem with the camera at all. You know, so... I mean, I don't know. I did feel, like, claustrophobic on the sides a little bit, like, as far as peripheral goes. A little bit, but it didn't bother me. I got used to playing how it was set before the patch, you know. Like, it didn't bother me after a while at all.
But isn't that bad? I mean, like, look, just what we screen they have right now. How far is there left to right? You really see.
Yeah, I know.
You're looking straight ahead, you know what I mean?
I know, I agree.
It's not, that's not that bad. I didn't really care about that either. You know, they didn't have to watch the screen out, you know, but I'm not in the community, though.
Yeah, well, see, what happens, I think what happens in the community is those, like, the people that spend the most time on there complaining are the guys getting the least time on the game, so, like, it's not really helping anything. The guys that,
well,
you know...
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to play it. I don't go complain, though. I don't say nothing about it.
Yeah,
because I know that, I don't think that my opinion is not going to make them change anything. It has to be a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And really another problem is that those like, they probably listen more to those, like, the ones who just sit on the forums all day long. Oh, I got to get on the forums and this and that. They put it down, and every one of those guys are on SOCOM 2 copies, and before COM 2 that.
Yeah, this SOCOM 2.
But they need a copy of SOCOM 2, like this, up their ass. That's what they need. If I want to play SOCOM 2, man, I'll get a PlayStation 2. Well, mine has backwards compatibility, so I'll go throw the SOCOM 2 in and I'll go play the bullshit. You know, go on there and, you know, I'm just going to go in there and make a post that says, I want you guys to recreate SOCOM 2 and make sure I can use those guys.
That'd be so awesome. Yeah.
I got a code break this, and I'm ready to go ahead and hack that bitch.
SOCOM 2 was like, yes, the funnest SOCOM, but it also had the most issues out of any SOCOM. Every possible issue that a game could have, SOCOM 2 had. There was times, oh god, I would get so stressed out when, like, you know, the servers would go down and shit, and they'd be down for hours, and they'd go back up, and they'd be down again, or you'd get stuck somewhere. I don't know. Every game has problems over there. Yes, sir. Well, this was an intense debate. For sure. Intense.